assigned to us. As ancients, we flew. We didn't have to ride the bus or drink at their fountain. We didn't even need our own. The gun is a penis and every man is holding a chrome. Thinking it's tough, but when you shoot, you bust. Like Dixon's holding you in with the camera of clutch. Smoking a Dutch, but fought much against the master. Sellouts would pay karmic debt in the life after. Don't believe me, seek the truth. I hear Hail Hitler when I play back these hip-hop loops. That rap hip-hop, now I said it's dead. Same gun he raps about, shot J in the head. Cripple a team. These ball players, they cripple a tree. Count the asses that they slap, but won't get a bad rap. And rap sheets are written by them. It's police, not foul with Moors, but niggas booming in their Jeeps. Europeans on the bus, they acting like niggas. Straight off the plantation, looking like DjedEL figure. From the foreigner, you'll never get compensated. Disarm you man saying you strapped, you were miseducated. On the real, all these dirty Moors know the deal. When we start the revolution, all they probably was square on the real. All these dirty Moors know the deal. When we start the revolution, all they probably do is square on the real. All these dirty Moors know the deal. When the truth gets revealed, all they probably do is square on the real.
Yeah, boy, you know it's live. You know it's live. You already know what it is. Alright? You already know what it is. Islam. Islam. Give thanks and praises. Yo, fams. Excuse me again for that family. I showed you what that meant. So, conjoins. Break down some words again this time. De facto. De facto. What does that mean? Okay. Let's see what that means. Where's my book at? Here. What does de facto mean? This is my little notebook that I got like jam-packed with all my little notes in it, stuff like that. Okay, let me show you what de facto means. Let me show you here. So I got it. Okay. In the Canadian Criminal Code, you can go check this up if you want. Bring it to de facto, okay? I'm going to read it for you. In fact, I'm going to read it from here, then I'm going to find it. I should be able to find it online. So, okay, so Article 15 of the Canadian Criminal Code. No person shall be convicted of an offense in respect of an act or omission, obedience to the laws for the time being made and enforced by persons in de facto possession of the sovereign power in and over the place where the act or omission occurs. Okay? Hold on. Okay, back. So, hold on. I'm going to try to do this with my... Okay. Sorry, excuse me. So I wonder if you can see that. Okay, so I'll try to get this for you, man. See, this is at Justice Law website 15. See it there? No person, see that? Right. Okay? So, That's Criminal Code of Canada. You can look it up. Just punch up Criminal Code Canada, Article 15. Okay, Article 15. And they tell you right then and there that no person shall be convicted of an offense in respect of an act. I mean, do you guys get this, or do you understand? Like, do you enter or over? Do you comprehend? I don't. De facto, Criminal Code Canada, Article 15. Okay, so how are they, which are in de facto status, which means I love it when they always try to, like, it takes, like, they hide stuff. It's really, that's how you know that you're on to something. That's how you know you're on to something. Alright? De facto. See that? Alright, okay. Latin, which means Moorish, right? In fact, by virtue of the deed or accomplishment, in reality, actuality, used to qualify many legal terms. An example, de facto corporation, one that has inadvertently failed to comply with all of the provisions of the laws relating to the creation of a corporation, but has made a good faith effort to do so and has in good faith exercised the franchise of a corporation. De facto. Right? De facto. Let me see. Or is also it's over here. Alright, you can read it right there, right? Or corporation, see that? Not government, not government, not government. Corporation. People, the people, of the people, for the people is government. That's republic. Everybody guaranteed that form of government, right? And we're not outside of government. We ain't people telling us that we're any Moors out there that's trying to bring discord and chaos to any government. It's not, they're not on, they don't know what's going on. They really don't know what's going on. I showed you before, Abraham Lincoln got murdered because he was trying to tell people about the Proclamation Declaration, right? About declaring and proclaiming. Okay, so I'm going to read from my divine constitution, which is over here. Act 6, right? With us all citizens must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained noble Drew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa, also known as Kibelan or El Kibelan, right? Or, I don't like to give any names, it's the land. So if we are original indigenous people, then that statement means that the whole earth, Gaia, the whole one planet earth, mom earth, yay. So that's what de facto means, right? Prime minister. So that means that the prime minister, actually, it's not even the prime minister. It's the governor general is the de facto sovereign power here, and like I showed you, minister. Hold on, guys. My phone. Phone in my back pocket. Not a good place for it. I get my dictionary out. Minister. See the etymology? From Middle English, minister, Old French, minister, from Latin, minister, an attendant, servant, assistant, or a priest's assistant. He's not even a priest. He's a servant. He's an assistant of a priest assistant, or other under official. From minor, less, and ter. See minor. Right? So, what does prime minister mean to you? Now I just showed you that. Go do your own research. Minister.
Minister.
You punch it and it says the name for you. It's funny, all right? Minister. So you guys are like bowing down and paying taxes, being slave, whipped, shot, beat up, because at the will of a minister, not only a minister, a prime minister. That means he's a big minister. He's a big minor, underling, which still has to talk to, he can't even pass nothing, can't see nothing, can't do nothing without even talking to the de facto dude who can't. I just showed you who has no power. So why are you going, which the Highway Traffic Act is an act, why are you going, you see, I'm even showing you a remedy for the person. The person itself doesn't even need to obey an act or code or any of that. Especially when the code and act is not in provision, not aligned with the constitutions. So any act or any type of regulation, code, or anything like that is in de facto status. It doesn't have no standing in law. I just showed you where it is, how, and why they have no standing in law. So I don't want to hear no black people, I don't care about that. That's why you're getting shot. That's why you're getting shot, beat up, stabbed, beat down. Alright? That's why the women are over here clickety-clacketing, spending more time, losing time on themselves to go outside. They're losing more time doing themselves up than they have allotted to them to go do what they got to go do. And this is the plight of everybody. Remember, the male is a deformed female. Everything is female for the first trimester, and then it deforms. You're still deformed. You're still in flesh. You're still living and loving and contracting with the flesh, third dimension. Remember, earth, water, air, fire, physical plane, emotion or astral plane, mental plane, spiritual plane, fire, etherical plane, ether. You guys are down here in the earth, in the lower realms again. Still in the bowels, man. You're in the bowels. In the phallus. You guys are in the phallus. Emanating the root chakra. Not only emanating it, blockage, creating blockages, and then you're trying to figure out why there's like a rise of colon cancer. Root chakra? No. Okay. So don't do your studies. Yo, listen, oh yeah. So now you know about the de facto status. I'm putting, the people that I'm talking about, this, it's scientific reasons why people are supposed to get these measles shots, especially here in the Kebek corporation again in de facto status, province being the jurisdiction of Rome, all of that stuff, right? Which is de facto again. I just showed you it's de facto. So this is when there's nothing, right? So they can threaten you all you want. They can do all of that, but in fact, I just showed you they're in de facto status. So notice to you de facto people out there threatening people, again, stop threatening people. That's gross negligence, man. Okay, you're scaring people. Stop doing that. Okay, we're going to make a claim on y'all. You guys keep doing that, we're just going to claim the whole land, man. Okay, so stop playing because you're pushing, and the children, if it ain't me, it's another one. Believe that. Because it's not about each one being ahead. Everyone's ahead. Excuse me, it's not just one person wanting control, MSTA, or all this crap. That's not, look up the word sovereign then if you don't know what it means. Subject to what or who? The Most High. The nothing else. The nothing, if you don't want to call it whatever you want to call it, names or no names, the nothing else above it. That. Plus the creation, the creator and the creation. Together as one. Alright? Okay, black people. What does unincorporated mean? Unincorporated in treaties, right? So, I showed you when you go to go get your, you go to go get your stuff. Gotta show the people all the time now. Show the people all the time. Show the people. It's the 11th today or 12th or whatever. And this is, again, the other day, 2 days ago, on the 10th. Alright? Chatter. Oh, look, I didn't even look at it. The woman spelled it wrong. Woman, but she tried. You know, she right, Babel. See that? No tax. Again and again and again and again. You guys want to see something like this? This is like, I don't even know. Like I stopped collecting them now. But these are like basic, like all of the like no tax receipts I have, and much more. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not bragging or boasting, man. Yo, I'm coming out of darkness just like everybody else, and I probably got another 10 years or another 100 years of studying because people dropped the ball 100 years ago. Dropped the ball. Ball hogs. keeping information from us. Like what I was just showing you before about the unincorporated. Where am I at here? See, I carry this around because we live in a day, right? We live in 2015. You know, I'll big up to Cujo L. You know, he's bringing a lot of information to us. You know what I mean, and pushing through the bull doo-doo. That you know, that's unwarranted. And I feel sorry for everybody because they really don't have the slightest clue what's happening to them, man. And they're being all day, every day. All day, every day. What happened to them? All day, every day. They're being all day, every day. They're being enslaved and abused. They're being abused. Hold on for a minute. I'm back. I'm black. Black. Black really means white, man. Funny. Oh, this is white man's language. White man's language. White man doesn't have a language. Or we're the white man. It's just hard to see, you know. You ever see that movie, the one there with Morgan Freeman and the Jim Carrey guy. You know, he went up to see them, and both of them are in white. Funny, huh? But the god there is a dark-skinned guy in white. It's white, all white, right? But you guys want to be emotional, and when you're doing that emotional, you're doing a disservice not only to yourself but to your own reflection projection, because you're projecting this reality. You're projecting it out. Hence the term, or the maxim, we're creators of reality. So being the creators of our own reality, we either choose yes, no, and we just forget that we chose, and we say, yeah, we're going to do this, or no, we're not going to do that. We're going to mess with this person. We're not going to mess with that person, and we're going to take a left here. The light's green. It's right. It's red, and we're still going to go. You know, you're internally computing all of this. I'm gonna bring that internal computation. I'm gonna just write it down real quick, just so I can show you something. All right. So there's a circle like this, right? And there's three parts. There's external behavior. There's internal computation, and which results in an internal state. So this travels like that, or it can go this way, but it still has to travel. It always travels in this way. So if you see somebody A, B, this person sees this person do a behavior, external. This person doing external behavior. Okay, he's doing behavior. This person is perceiving the behavior. By perceiving this behavior, this person A has an internal thought about this. So if we see nigger, black, colored people acting fucked up, acting messed up with their clothes in a disarrayed way, showing you their disarrayness. We as conscious, we're even, as elders and people who have children and walking down the street, you see people. It doesn't even mean. I don't want to talk about Negro colored black people as being just asleep dark people, because we really know what that means. Really awake Moors know that Negro colored and black really means the troglodyte. You know, so when you see external behaviors from people, that creates an internal thought in you. You're like, oh, look at this person. This person's doing this. This person's doing that. You know, I mean, you may be one way that likes hip-hop music. You might be one way that likes rock music. So if you like rock music and you see somebody that's acting like in hip-hop, that's going to create an internal computation in that person, which will then inevitably end up in a state, in an internal state, right? So this is happening, and that's called the cybernetic system. Cybernetic system. That. So you can use this, because this will now end up in the heart chakra. But then you can ship it back up and make it vibrate in the pineal gland, and then turn it around. You can turn this. You can either be the end. You can either be the victim to this, or the controller and victor of that. So, knowing that an external behavior will cause internal computation in people, then we know that we can control the external behavior, and that behavior under controlled scientific care behind our action on the people, we now can control the internal computations and inevitably inevitably controlling the state of the people or persons. So we also use this in music or hip hop or art, movies, art. The happy face and the sad face in Hollywood and stuff. They're playing with this with people, right? All right, I want to get started real quick. All right, cybernetic system. All right. So, what's it unincorporated and treaties, right? Unincorporated treaties. I love this, man. Public notice. All on RV Bay. Big up and props. RV Bay. Right? Bringing the science, helping us. Thank you. See this? Incorporated, banned, empowered. Incorporated, right? See that? Goods bought off a reserve. See that? Goods bought by Indian bands, banned, empowered entities. Okay. Right. Okay. Look at this one. 24. Anyone whose rights or freedoms is guaranteed by this charter have been infringed or denied may apply to a court of competent jurisdiction to obtain such remedy as the court considers appropriate and just in circumstances, right? Okay, what are they talking about there? All right. I'll tell you what they're talking about there. They're talking about municipal and Supreme Court, a competent jurisdiction. What's a competent jurisdiction? I'm going to show you. You don't play no games. Moors don't play games. You guys are lying when you play. You guys who create strife and hide and create problems. Scimitar on you guys, eh? You're getting it. Okay, so what is that? Code of Civil Procedure. This is what they got, so that they got to follow, and this is how it's done the proper way, or due process is in here, right? Okay. So let's this is courts. Okay, courts. Courts, jurisdiction of the courts. Where's that at? That right there. Jurisdiction of the courts, section 1, title 2, the courts. Alright, I'm going to read that for you. The courts under the legislative authority of Quebec, which have jurisdiction in civil matters, are the Court of Appeal, A. B. The Superior Court, C. The Court of Quebec, B. Paragraph replaced, and E. The Municipal Court, the bottom, the last one. Municipal Court, what does that mean? Okay, so the jurisdictions of the Court of Appeal, the Superior Court, and the Court of Quebec extend throughout Quebec. The jurisdiction of a municipal court is limited to a designated territory. Jurisdiction, municipal court being limited. The courts under the legislative authority of the Parliament of Canada, which have jurisdiction in civil matters in Quebec, or the Quebec Republic, are the Supreme Court of Canada and the Federal Court of Canada. Number 24 of the Code of Civil Procedure. Alright? So, why are you going to municipal courts again? Again, they're telling you here, Supreme and Federal Court. Again, you Quebecois people, you guys are by your own action. Again, like they said, you disqualified yourself, and by not following the provisions of the Constitution, you guys inadvertently fired yourself again. And I'm awake. I'm aware. Okay, I'm aware of your shit. Tired of you guys' crap, man. Right? Tired of you guys' bull crap. Walking into a freaking, into a corporation, and I gotta start like arguing, debating with the people about what an Indian is and what an Inuit is and who I am. I did my studies about the indigenous and stuff. I'm just, so we're just for them. I'm the original indigenous. We are the original indigenous to the earth. So, they want to play games. So we're not ab-original. You're taking away the originality by putting the ab in there. Like abnormal, not normal. Aboriginal, not original. Constitution, again, act, right? We just seen them say that when it comes to an omission to an act or code that is not in or aligned up or in accordance with the Constitution is of no force. It's of no force. There's no standard. The only standard it has is by you participating with your lack of knowledge. Again, the people are supposed to tell us that's gross negligence. They didn't tell us. They're supposed to tell us. Why didn't they teach us in school? What are they teaching you? And why are we sending our children to what we call an educational center, and they don't teach you the basics of like civil matters? Civil means to be civil amongst each other, but yet you want to send them to that little pig pen plantation and have them act like a bunch of kids or goats. We have power behind the word. Stop calling your children kids. It's like saying black again. Okay? It's worse than saying black because you're actually calling them goat, man. Stop. Stop. All right, stop. The existing Aboriginal and treaty rights, okay, of the Aboriginal peoples of Canada are hereby recognized and affirmed. So, again, I'm going to bring, every time you guys do stupidness, and like there's a whole section, okay, in the charter on language, okay, on language, English, French. We're supposed to have education, health, any type of government information at the language of our tongue, okay, mainly French and English. If you guys are coming out doing a public notice of information for the public and you're doing it in French, Black Quebecois people, you're in violation. Okay, you're in violation, and you know you're in violation because it's unconstitutional. You're doing unconstitutional behavior, and we're gonna move on you in the class action suits. Okay, so that's what you guys do. So we're you know, and you're in de facto while you're doing it, you little minister. Okay, and your little magistrate, we just showed you, bringing you to Supreme Federal Court for free. Charge you. In this act, Aboriginal peoples of Canada includes the Indian, the Inuit, and the Métis people, which means the mixture, the troglodyte mix with the Indian. That's what that Métis means, right? Métis people of Canada, okay? For greater certainty in subsection treaty rights includes rights that now exist by way of land claims, agreements, or may be so acquired, right? I want to just go back up there to Aboriginal peoples of Canada include the Indian. They're included with the Aboriginal people doesn't make them Aboriginal. They're just included in as part of. They're not Aboriginal. They're Indian. So with this, again, this CRA stuff, again, you're de facto, man. You understand? We're coming for you. That's why you got arrested. Like people in Revenue Quebec today got arrested. They're still getting arrested right now. A whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of them for the IBM fraud and UPAC crap. You guys are getting it, and you guys are gonna get it too. Look. What's this? What's an Indian? What's it? So when you go to a store, when I go to the store and they say Indian, I go, yo, say that one more time, and I'm gonna charge you an infringement on my right because there's no such thing as Indian. See, I do mathematics. I'm always doing math, man. Look, right? Constitution Act. You can get this, man. You can get it. They swore an oath to abide by this. They swore an oath to abide by the Constitution. The public servants, the magistrate, the minister, all of them. And if they're not operating by this, you can just walk out, charge them. Actually, don't walk out, charge them, deal with their case, so that we can take them out. And we can install our government now. And then the people that are really in stateless citizenship or in a township can come off the ship and actually live and be free. No, don't know what I'm talking about? I'm helping all y'all, man. I'm helping all y'all, man. Look, see that now? Goods bought off of reserve. Indians, Indian bands, and unincorporated band member. Okay, so what's unincorporated? That means you're not incorporated with you're not an Indian, let's say Indian, Inuit, and Métis. These are incorporated, they have an incorporated band number. We're not incorporated in the Canadian Indian affairs. That's for Indian people. Do I look Indian to you? Do I have blue eyes and green eyes and faded pasty? Nah. You see you see me, man. But wait. Cognizant. Unincorporated. You're unincorporated. You're not incorporated in their bullcrap. Once you become aware of a contract that has been voided, not voidable, but been voided by adhesions or whatever, a violation to the contract, it voids the contract. Hence, the contract is rescinded, bringing you back to the original state. It is it, man. I mean, yeah, going to proclaim. I'm going to actually, I'm waiting for a specific time to seal my proclamation, according to the houses and astrology, because we scientists in this, man. This is not just for fashion. You guys come in here with this fashion. It's a divine movement, man. It's divine. I'm doing all this because I have my own karma that I want to clean and clear up, and you do that by action, complete, continual love action, bringing up the truth, bringing the information out, no matter what, going against going against them. So funny, man. Our brothers out there, man, our brothers and sisters really believing that there's some exterior force up there making them do badness. It's their lower self making them, it's their flesh, the lower. Remember the earth? You got a flesh body, an astral body, a mind body, a spirit body, an etheric body. The flesh body is the lowest body. It's the lowest thing. So again, once we even, being hungry, it's a physical thing. We got to eat. So then therefore it carries on the physical reality, right? Black, man, it's dead. Look at a plant. Like, you see a plant, it's green. So when you cut the plant, what happens? It turns brown. It turns brown. Like, you see, that's what happened to us. Asar was emanating green because he was in the melanin was secreting and it was alive and fresh, like, and flourishable like the plant. When it's healthy and green. You don't love it no more, or don't love it, and it turns brown. Like us. In this current state, it should be green. Olive, remember? Olive. Word love. I understand that now, that olive color. Dark olive, light olive. I'd rather be olive. You don't call me a color, I'm olive. Right? Okay, so they recognize, I just showed you that they recognize the treaties from old and new. They recognize the treaties. They recognize the treaties. See what it says here, man? On the bottom there. Constitution, Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3, treaties. See that? See the 8822141, right? What is all of that? Those are the treaties. Those are the treaties. Go look it up. U.C.C. for what? That again is a Uniform Commercial Code. It's a code. It's a code. The code, and the code is there with the European. He has no sovereignty here. Just showed you that, right? So he has to do business here, and which they got, permission to do business, from Morocco a long time ago, and they only had really, I think, 50 years to do it. So I mean, like, there's a whole bunch of treaties. That's the longest treaty unbroken. I'm still, still questioning that, but so they but if you're smart enough and you see that there's a way to have remedy, I showed you. You can just go back and see, do your own research, go through the system, use the system, use the government. The government is really us. We created this. You understand that, right? Okay, I'm going to drop some stuff here. Recently, there's been like crazy solar flares. Now, what? Solar flares. CME. Coronal mass ejection. Solar flares. If you go to NOAA, in the Google search and then put space weather, okay, you'll get live NOA by 5-minute interval satellite particles, gamma rays, show you what if there was a solar flare, what kind, A, B, M, C, X, C, M, X. Recently we've been having a whole heap of, right now is the date, the date's like the 12th today, the 10th or 12th, I don't know, somewhere around there. We're March 11. March 11. So the last 3 days, we've been getting hit with like amp flares, almost X flares. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that the watts, the electrical energy of the planet goes up. That's why the warmth and the heat is being, the planet's being bombarded with coronal ejection, which is solar particle, which at some points, if it's strong enough, can burn out. Actually, the last couple of days created an R1/R2, which is radio blackout. I don't know if they turn off the satellites, or I would suspect that. I mean, that's the smart thing to do: turn it off rather than let it get fried while it's watching the solar particle hit it. You know, turn away or do something to protect the millions of dollars for the satellite. But how does that transfer to us? Like what? You'll see a lot of us if you're like having problems sleeping at night, because it happens a lot, like 4 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, a lot of time in the morning time, and we're sleeping right before we get up, right? So if you're finding yourself tossing and turning and feeling heat or nowhere, like waves and energy pulses, it's the CMEs. And you can go check on that website I told you, and NOAA/space weather, current space weather, and it'll show you presently what's happening. Okay? Just as the moon, being even, you know, the moon has an actual effect on high tides, low tides. Actually, what I figured out, man, you know, the moon has actual effects on us. So if the moon and its cycles are going to have effects on us, then it's obvious and evident that the sun is going to have. If you stay outside in the sun, even during a solar flare, mass ejection, you stay outside in near the equator somewhere, Trinidad somewhere, you stay outside till noon, you'll burn up. I don't care what color you are, you'll burn and dry up. Alright? Check this, I noticed this, man. The sun, the moon, this is the moon. This is the sun here. When the moon is full, new, it's right in front. It's behind the sun. It's right in front of the sun, actually. Excuse me. It's right in front of the sun. That's why you don't see it, right? Black. But when it's black, but when it's here, when you see half a moon here, half a moon here, no, see it. Half a moon on this side. The half moons are square with the sun. Those produce squares with the sun when it's half. They produce a square with the sun. When it's full, when this is a full moon, and you see it, it's 180 degree in front of the moon, in front of the sun, which is reflecting now back the light, so we see it. This produces what we call an opposition in astrology. Alright? So what does that mean? You guys do know when this happens, well, the water will bulge out, and because of the gravity produces mass produces gravity. So the more mass you have, the more gravity. When the moon comes closer to the planet Earth during the full moon, okay, all the water, including us being 85+% water, our brains floating in water, you know what I mean, it's going to be pulled towards the moon. Okay? Giving us all kind of feelings and all type of movement and changes. And if you don't know how to synergize and transmute those movements and energies, then guess what? You're screwed again. And then you don't know what to do then. Coupled up with the lack of knowledge and ignorance, coupled up with the private security agents out there who have invested stocks in the prison industry. Want to get everybody in prison, more people in prison, the more stock go up. The nigger industry, man. That's the nigger industry, man. Right? They're not playing with that. They're not playing with that. That nigger industry stuff, they're not playing with that. Big up to R.V. Bay. But they're from right? Ordering stuff, people. I mean, I don't got, like, again, I'm just waking up and I'm trying, educating myself so I can do this proper. I got my I'm doing all my business now from now on in my free national name. Yeah. Conscious community, I heard that, man. We're not just some community. A community is a community. A nation's a nation. We're a nation. We're not a community. A conscious community. All right. I mean, we're conscious and we're a common in our unity, but we're not this little community. We're the whole nation. It's the whole earth. It's a nation, man. It's not a little community. All right. Let's get that clear. So now we know what municipal is. Uniform Commercial Code is a code. Again, de facto. You're gonna contract into a de facto contract. You're gonna stifle yourself, choke yourself. Again, you're not sovereign. Okay, the solar flares out there, man. The solar flares are going crazy. The NOAA webpage is worth everybody's time to go check it out. We're encouraged to be scientists, so do your science, do your work, please, because we need help as much. The many people do this, the better. Look at this. That's outside my house. That's right outside my house, man. So, yeah. They're playing around big time with that art stuff, man. You see that, and, one. Alright. That was yesterday. March 10. I don't know if you can see that. March 10. So, yeah, so you guys, mad information on this NOAA site. There's NOAA, right? So that's the solar flares. We already got the unincorporated. We dealt with the prime minister, the prime minor. We dealt with all of that stuff. Dealt with the treaties. I haven't dealt with the national. My next thing, excuse me, sorry. The next, I'm gonna cut this short right now. Not cut this short, but I'm gonna stop right here because the next topic would be another hour, I guess, for me to break down basically what T versus citizenship. Nationality versus citizenship. I'm going to come back with my knowledge, but I would suggest people really to figure out the difference between nationality and citizenship. What's a citizenship? What's domicile? And what's address? And what these things are. Remember also, Article 15, Canadian Criminal Code. Alright, check that out. I like to say Islam, peace to all the Moors out there, all the active Moors, passive Moors, brothers, sisters, persons out there, man. I have love for you all, man. Wish you'd stop with the violence, though, man. Stop violating. Stop with the violence. Especially y'all in control of the corporations out there. You are charged. You're charged, right? You're charged. And by not telling the people, you disqualify yourself. Okay? Public notice. You disqualify yourself. We know about this. The secret treaty of Verona. We know about that. You guys go look at that. Go look up that. Okay? The secret treaty of Verona. Go look up the Christian black codes. Go look that up. Okay, you Christians? Go look all that stuff up. How you guys, how slaves had to be. They had to be Christians. See? So you're taking yourself again. That it's a new time. Like our brother said, we must proclaim. Like our prophet said, we with us all citizens, we must proclaim their nationality. And it says in the declarations, it says in the Kebek Declaration, whereas it is expedient to declare, so that before, it's expedient to declare and proclaim the rights of a charter so that they can be guaranteed as a collective from any type of violation. And we must exercise our rights by, when we see any types of these rights being infringed, all of us, everybody is charged with charging those that are doing the violation. Islam, mad love. 5 on the right, 2 on the left. Canaanland, Moor in the house. Islam.